Audi RS-Q Off-Road Concept. When a legend is challenged and boundaries are broken, some vehicles earn their status through innovation. Others earn it through time, and a rare few become icons simply by refusing to change. For decades, the Mercedes-Benz G-Class has existed almost untouched by trends. While the rest of the automotive world chased curves, wind tunnels, and digital minimalism, the G-Wagon stood firm as a rolling monument to mechanical permanence. Boxy, upright, unapologetic, it became more than a vehicle. It became a symbol. That is exactly why this design study feels so dangerous, because it asks a question many brands would never dare to ask. What if Audi decided to challenge the G-Wagon on its own ground? Not with nostalgia, not with imitation, but with pure technological aggression. This is the Audi RS-Q Off-Road Concept, a radical design study that takes the most recognizable SUV silhouette in the world and injects it with Audi's most extreme RS performance DNA. And the result is both fascinating and deeply controversial. If you appreciate automotive analysis that questions sacred ground instead of protecting it, now is the right moment to subscribe. This channel exists for people who enjoy uncomfortable questions and bold ideas. Why the G-Wagon matters so much. To understand why the Audi RS-Q concept feels so provocative, it is necessary to understand what the G-Wagon represents. The G-Class is not popular because it is the best off-road vehicle. It is not popular because it is the most comfortable luxury SUV. It is popular because it never apologized for what it was. Its design has remained stubbornly consistent. Its shape has become instantly recognizable across continents and cultures. The G-Wagon communicates authority before the engine even starts. That silhouette is sacred territory, which is exactly why seeing Audi rings on that shape feels unsettling. The RS-Q concept breaks the rules immediately. At first glance, the RS-Q Off-Road Concept looks familiar. Flat surfaces, sharp edges, upright proportions. But the longer it is observed, the clearer the rebellion becomes. The front fascia creates immediate visual tension. The human eye expects to see a three-pointed star. Instead, it is met with Audi's four rings, centered within a massive RS honeycomb grille finished in deep structural black. That single change feels like a glitch in reality, and it is intentional. Audi is not trying to blend in. It is deliberately challenging brand loyalty. A front end built on technology, not heritage. Unlike the G-Wagon, which relies on brute force and tradition, the RS-Q concept leans heavily into industrial technology. The grille suggests advanced cooling requirements, not just for a large displacement engine, but for something more complex. The implication is clear. This is not a nostalgic V8 bruiser. This is a high-performance, high-tech machine. The lighting design reinforces that message. A split light signature runs horizontally across the front, introducing a futuristic element that contrasts sharply with the brutalist hood and upright windshield. This is not retro. It is industrial. It feels designed for a modern city rather than a muddy trail. A shift away from adventure toward presence. This concept makes a philosophical shift that cannot be ignored. The traditional G-Wagon communicates adventure, even if most examples never leave pavement. The RS-Q concept does not pretend. It is unapologetically urban. The wide-body fender flares are geometric rather than rounded. The hood scoop is aggressive and functional looking. The front splitter is constructed from high-gloss carbon fiber, placing it firmly in street performance territory. This is not a vehicle that suggests exploration. It suggests dominance, and that distinction matters. Why the design feels busy yet intentional. Here is where criticism becomes fair. The G-Wagon works because of its simplicity. Flat panels, minimal ornamentation, clear purpose. The Audi RS-Q concept is far more complex. The surfaces are layered. The flares are angular. The detailing is aggressive. There is more visual information to process. Some will call this clutter. Others will call it progress. What cannot be denied is that it reflects Audi's design philosophy perfectly. This is a brand built on precision, lighting technology, and performance aesthetics rather than emotional nostalgia. The RS-Q concept does not try to honor history. It tries to replace it. Brand identity is becoming fluid. One of the most interesting implications of this design study goes beyond styling. It represents a shift in how luxury buyers perceive brands. For decades, heritage mattered above all else. Buyers chose vehicles based on history, legacy, and emotional attachment. That loyalty is eroding. Today, presence is currency. Buyers want vehicles that command attention, regardless of lineage. They want design statements, not origin stories. The RS-Q concept reflects that reality. It asks whether the silhouette matters more than the badge. That question alone explains why this design feels so disruptive. The RS-6 soul inside a boxy shell. The concept is described as filling the G-Wagon shape with the soul of an RS-6. That statement carries weight. The RS-6 is known for brutal acceleration, advanced quattro all-wheel drive, and understated menace. Translating that DNA into a rugged SUV form creates a fascinating contradiction. This would not be an off-road specialist. It would be a performance flagship disguised as one. And that contradiction is precisely what modern luxury buyers are drawn to. Matte maroon, a perfectly chosen provocation. The matte maroon finish deserves special attention. This is not a safe color choice. It is bold, unconventional, and deeply intentional. Matte finishes eliminate reflections, allowing bodywork and surfacing to take center stage. On this concept, the paint makes the vehicle look carved rather than assembled. The wide-body flares appear muscular. The door surfaces look industrial. The entire vehicle feels dense and heavy, as if machined from a solid block. It amplifies the concept's seriousness. This does not look like a toy. It looks like a statement. Why does concept feels so dangerous? The RS-Q Off-Road Concept is dangerous not because it is unrealistic. It is dangerous because it feels possible. Audi has the technology. Audi has the performance engines. Audi has the design language. What Audi lacks is a true, rugged flagship. This design study exposes that gap, and it forces a question that Audi may not want to answer publicly. A question that cannot be ignored. If given the choice between a traditional G-Wagon and this high-tech Audi RS-Q, which would buyers choose? Heritage or innovation? Tradition or performance? Icon or evolution? That question is uncomfortable for everyone involved. And that is exactly why this concept works. Audi RS-Q Off-Road Concept. Reality, risk, and the crown Audi has never tried to take. Once the initial shock fades, the Audi RS-Q Off-Road Concept forces a far more serious conversation. Not about whether it looks bold enough, but about whether a vehicle like this could ever make sense beyond the screen. Because this concept is not just visual provocation. It is a challenge to hierarchy, tradition, and brand confidence. If discussions that explore the uncomfortable edge between desire and logic matter to you, this is another moment to subscribe. This channel exists to examine why certain vehicles never get built, even when the market seems ready for them. Could Audi actually build this? From a technical standpoint, the answer is yes. Audi already possesses nearly every component required to make the RS-Q concept real. High-output engines, advanced all-wheel drive systems, adaptive suspension technology, and premium interior craftsmanship are all well within the brand's capabilities. The real obstacle is not engineering, it is philosophy. Audi has historically positioned itself as a technology-forward, performance-oriented luxury brand. It excels in precision, lighting innovation, digital interfaces, and road-focused performance. What Audi has deliberately avoided is the rugged, militaristic SUV space. The RS-Q concept crosses that boundary, and crossing it would represent a major shift in brand identity. The architecture problem cannot be ignored. One of the most important questions surrounding the RS-Q concept is what platform it would use. The G-Wagon survives because it is unapologetically body-on-frame. That structure reinforces its image of durability and indestructibility, even if most owners never test it. Audi, on the other hand, has built its performance reputation on unibody platforms optimized for speed, comfort, and technology integration. If the RS-Q were unibody, purists would immediately dismiss it as a pretender. If it were body-on-frame, Audi would be venturing into unfamiliar territory. Either path carries risk. This architectural dilemma is one of the strongest reasons the RS-Q remains a design study rather than a production proposal. Why the G-Wagon still dominates. To understand the challenge Audi would face, it is necessary to acknowledge why the G-Wagon continues to succeed. It is not because it is the most refined. It is not because it is the most advanced. It succeeds because it is unmistakable. The G-Wagon project's authority without explanation. It does not need marketing narratives. Its shape alone communicates power, wealth, and permanence. Audi vehicles, by contrast, tend to rely on detail rather than silhouette. Lighting signatures, grille patterns, and surface treatments define the brand more than shape. The RS-Q concept attempts to change that by borrowing the most dominant silhouette in the SUV world. And that is both its greatest strength and its biggest controversy. Performance would be the RS-Q's true weapon. If Audi ever built something like the RS-Q, performance would need to be its defining advantage. This is where the concept becomes genuinely threatening. An RS-tuned powertrain combined with quattro all-wheel drive could outperform a traditional G-Wagon in nearly every measurable category. Acceleration, handling, braking, and high-speed stability would likely favor Audi. This would shift the conversation dramatically. Instead of heritage versus novelty, it would become performance versus tradition. And performance sells. Luxury buyers are changing faster than brands. One of the most important insights revealed by this concept is how quickly luxury buyer priorities are evolving. Heritage still matters, but it is no longer untouchable. Today's ultra-luxury buyers want vehicles that stand out visually, signal status immediately, offer extreme performance, feel exclusive rather than historical. The RS-Q concept speaks directly to that mindset. It does not ask buyers to respect history. It asks them to enjoy dominance. That shift explains why concepts like this resonate so strongly online. Why Audi has avoided this segment until now. Audi has always preferred precision over excess. Where competitors embrace noise, bulk, and theatrical aggression, Audi tends to pursue controlled performance. The brand's identity is built on confidence rather than intimidation. Entering the extreme luxury SUV space would require Audi to adopt a louder voice. That carries risk. It could alienate existing customers. It could dilute brand clarity. It could invite direct comparison with icons that refuse to evolve. For a brand that values balance, that risk has likely outweighed the reward. Yet the gap remains. Despite that caution, a gap in Audi's lineup is impossible to ignore. There is no true flagship SUV that represents ultimate dominance. There is no vehicle that sits at the top and says, "This is everything Audi can do when restraint is removed." The RS-Q concept exposes that absence, and it invites speculation. What happens when enough buyers start asking for something Audi does not offer? Would the RS-Q actually be better to live with? Ironically, the RS-Q could be easier to live within a traditional G-Wagon. A unibody architecture, advanced suspension tuning, and Audi's focus on refinement could deliver better ride quality and on-road comfort. Interior technology would likely surpass anything currently offered in that segment. But ease of use has never been the G-Wagon's selling point. The question is whether buyers would trade character for capability. That answer is not universal. Is this concept genius or disrespectful? The RS-Q Off-Road Concept will divide opinions sharply. To purists, it feels disrespectful. To designers, it feels courageous. To marketers, it feels dangerous. It challenges the idea that icons are untouchable, and that challenge alone makes it valuable. Concepts are not meant to be approved unanimously. They exist to test reactions, explore boundaries, and reveal hidden demand. In that role, the RS-Q succeeds completely. Final judgment, a crown that remains just out of reach. The Audi RS-Q Off-Road Concept is not a replacement for the G-Wagon. It is a provocation. It asks whether dominance must come from history or whether it can be engineered. It questions whether legacy still outweighs innovation in a market driven by presence and power. Audi may never build this vehicle, but the fact that it feels believable says everything about where the market is headed. Luxury is no longer about comfort alone. Performance is no longer enough by itself. Presence has become the final currency. And in that economy, the RS-Q concept feels less like fantasy and more like a warning shot. If this analysis reshaped how you view luxury SUVs and brand identity, subscribe for more deep dives that challenge assumptions instead of protecting them. The Audi RS-Q Off-Road Concept may remain digital, but the future it hints at is already approaching.